and I see you. But he goes, I still can't believe this is working. And so there's still a continued skepticalness with him, even as we do this. And you know, it's like this. It's like I'm looking at him and he's looking at me, and he knows it and I know it. But it's kind of like, I don't believe it. I don't understand it. I don't believe it. I don't understand it. So he keeps on questioning it over and over again. And I just looked at him and says, you know, sir, with all due respect, I says, let's move past that and get more validation through. Okay? What is it that you need to say? And he stands here and he says, I wish I could have said goodbye. And what he refers to is with you, because he says I was gone. And he says, what I really wished is I could have said goodbye to him. Okay? So that's there with you, okay? Because in all honesty, there was just no closure, and he's just like this, gone. The other thing too, when I look at his face, I don't know if I want to say it's like young like yours, or if it's younger. But, excuse me, let me explain this. When I say if it's young like yours, or he passes before his time, okay? But in any event, he just keeps on going like this, you guys. And when he goes like this, it's not any type of thing with vanity, him being vain. It's his way of trying to say, look, I could have gone on longer. Okay, look, I could have gone on longer, meaning, let me explain this. It's kind of like if I went like this to you, okay, you'd say, oh, this guy's like around 40. He could have gone on for another 20 years or 30 years. He's doing the same thing. And I don't know his age, but he's doing the same thing. Look, I could have gone on longer, okay? Does that make any sense to you? All right, so that's what he shows me. He says that he says you have a few phone calls to make. And he puts his hand on the shoulder there with you. I'm sorry for laughing. Every time that he starts laughing, I laugh. I like this guy. You know, he jokes and he laughs. And normally when I bring to a person, I'm not laughing. I'm not smiling. I mean, I hope you don't feel, you know, rude of me for doing that, but I'm just mimicking him when he's laughing at me and I'm laughing at him. So the whole thing is just kind of makes people feel comfortable. But what he refers to you, and I don't know if it's to you too or to you, Sterling, he says, you've got a few phone calls to make after this. And he says, well, and he says, good luck. And so when he says good luck, it's like, well, may the force be with you, the peace be with you, or something. When I say good luck, it's kind of like, some people will understand, some people say, well, okay. All right, as he was, okay, and that's what he refers to. I still don't understand you boys, okay? Was there one cousin that used to play with that was about 3 years older than you when you were a kid? No. That's fine, okay. Still, just as much as I look at you and I see him and I see the whole bowling ball waiting on his chest, the heaviness, I'm hearing something say, you boys. Okay, so again, don't know. All right, fine. The other thing, all right, okay, right. Briefly, he was not in Army when he was younger, was he? Okay, it's still him. What he did is as I looked over at Jace, and I looked over and I looked back and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I'm seeing like this Army uniform on him, okay? And he says, boy, you're, okay, all right. You know what he's doing? He's playing with me. Because he just goes, boy, you're good. Like, boy. Not like calling me boy, but boy, you're good. What he's referring to is he's trying to see how much information he can send through for validation. And when he sends through the Army thing, he says, well, okay, he goes, I guess this kind of does work. So what he's doing is he's throwing all these things through, like the Army uniform, the thing with the chest, his face that he passes younger or before his time, all these things through to see if I'm going to hear or pick up on all of them. Because he's still skeptical. I'm telling you, he's so hard-headed. Usually when a person comes through, they instantly get it. It's like, okay, wow, this really does work. But I haven't had someone who's in sittings, and I've done over 7,000 at least sittings, I haven't had someone who just continues to hold on to like, okay, what else can I send through to potentially prove this is wrong? When I say wrong, like not working, okay? So he's just stubborn, okay? But he says, damn it, he says, I still can't believe this crap works. And he said the word damn it, and he says the word crap. I did, okay? So in any event, that's what he stands for, okay? Right. What he does now is he takes his hand away from your shoulder, and he actually walks over here to you, Brinley, And what he does is he gives a kiss to both cheeks. And he says, hi, darling, or dear. It's not dear, I think it's hi, darling, or something like that. But he gives a kiss to both cheeks. And then what he does is he... That's interesting. Okay, this is... Did you see what I was going to do? I said he gives a kiss to both cheeks. And right what I was going to say is he pats... Yeah, that's the second time that's happened. Do you see that? I was just going to say he pats Chase on the head, and right before I said that, that's when Chase went that. Understand? And then when I stalled, and I said he's going to do it again, Chase did it again. See, so you know what? All he is picking up on the energy. That's all it is. All right? I have a bottle of water too if either one of you gets thirsty. Okay? All right, sure. So in any event, he just kind of, well, he keeps making mention of Jace in order to make sure that you two know that he's aware of him. All right? All right. You know, there's a strong connection between him and Jace. Okay? There's a strong connection. I'll tell you, this boy will be protected and looked after by him. All right, fine. But Brinley, as I was saying earlier, he kisses both cheeks, and he looks at you as his own daughter, and he says, I love you. And he says, don't remember what you last saw with me in my face. He says, remember me being young. Okay? So what he's looking at you is he says, don't remember what you last saw in my face. I don't know if that was like just before he passed, at the time of passing, or after. But I do know is he looks at you and he says, do not remember what you saw in my face. And when he says that, it's kind of like a direct order. I mean, it's not rude. It's like, do not remember. Okay? But he just looks at you and he says, my girl, you know. And he looks at you, Brinley. Okay? And that's what he keeps referring to. Okay? I thought I was going to talk about this at the end of the setting, but I'll talk about it now. Before Jace was born, was there one child that passed before him? Or one child that miscarried before him? Or aborted before him? Okay, okay. That's the child that was playing with him earlier. Okay? And whether, you know, see if he wants to walk around. Yeah, see if he wants to walk around. Oh, okay, so whether the child before Jace was miscarried, aborted, or stillborn, it doesn't matter. All I'm going to say is there's a child that did not have the opportunity before he was born, and this is the one that was playing with him. Okay, let me explain this to you guys real quick. I come from a very, very strict Catholic background, and in our religion, they put suicides, abortions, they put everything in its own category, and that's so wrong. Spirit work, the work that I do, it's all in the same category. It's opportunities. It's okay. It's whether it's miscarriage, stillborn, or abortion. It does not matter. The child that did not have the opportunity. But in either way, this child was playing with Jace, and I really feel it was a boy, and I really feel that this would be his older brother that plays with him. Okay, so as you brought him in, and I says, we'll talk about that later. It's talking about them right now. Okay, so that's what's going on here. All right, so in any event, it's just extra protection. That's all, okay? This man that you very sincerely invited in here today, Sterling, has it been less than 3 years that he's been over there? Has it been about 2.5 or about just over 2? Yes or no? That's fine. Okay, I feel it's been less than 3 years, and I'll say this. If you say, Tim, it's only been 2 years,